YouTube? I'm back again with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about tips that I have for those of you who are about to be starting nursing school, whether it's going to be in the fall, in the summer, next spring, whenever you're about to be starting nursing school. Hopefully these 5 tips that I have for you will help you adjust and make that transition from prereqs to nursing school, like make it a little bit easier, because I know personally off firsthand it can be one of the most stressful things ever. But like I said, hopefully these tips help you guys. I want to say real quick before I get into it, excuse my writing on the board. I had a test this week, so I was like, you know what, I don't feel like erasing it. So if you want to know what tips I have, just make sure you keep watching. And yeah, here we go. So my first tip is going to be, to make this transition a little bit easier. My first tip is going to be, you want to have some sense of organization. Now, I'm not saying, and when I say sense, this is what I like, some sense of organization. I'm not saying like when you start nursing school, you have to be like 100% organized and this is the type of organization technique that you're going to use for the rest of your nursing, career, or not nursing career, but the rest of your nursing school journey. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying, is when you start nursing school, you just don't want to kind of like dive into something and not really know how to like prioritize, not know how to juggle, not even juggle, like you're not knowing, okay, what's the next step? What's the next step? What do I have to do? What do I have to do next week? Because all of it, if you don't have, I'll be honest, if you don't have any type of organization, all of it is going to seem like super, super overwhelming. You're going to have a paper due on Friday, but then you have a test on Thursday, but then I'm telling you, like, to alleviate all of that, all the stress, all the remembering, what's due next week, to alleviate all of that, just have some type of organization to start off with that. Just have like some type of a calendar, a reminder type notebook, some type of notebook to keep up with like everything that you have to do, because in all honesty, it's going to be kind of hard to keep up with it mentally. Maybe not hard, but that's just adding extra stress. So make sure you have some type of organization. The next one, the next tip that I have, tip 2, is you want to figure out what type of style of learning like you prefer. Whether you're like a visual learner, if you retain more information as far as reading versus watching a video. Me personally, I like to see it visually, and what I mean by that is I like to watch YouTube videos. Obviously, I'm all into YouTube, but YouTube videos really help me. There's a website called study.com that really helps me. They have really helpful videos on there. I just feel like knowing what type of style you prefer will like lessen the amount of time that you waste trying to figure out, okay, how should I begin to study? Because like I told y'all before, the same type of studying that you had in prereqs, you necessarily cannot use, well, 9 times out of 10, you cannot use that same type of style once you get into nursing school, So just, being able to understand, okay, hey, maybe if I watch this video versus I know if I read this book, and I told y'all so, I'm shaking my camera here, but I told y'all so many times, like, I can't see myself reading a book from sentence to sentence. I feel like I'm reading it and I'm not retaining it. So I just feel like if I watch a video on it and take notes while I'm watching the video, that honestly and truly helps me. But again, they have like a whole bunch of quizzes online, not quizzes, but they have these little questionnaire type things online to where you can figure out what type of learning style that you are or that you have. So I definitely feel like that's really beneficial. And tip 3, it's real short, sweet, and simple, and to the point. Pre-reading, or not necessarily pre-reading, but kind of scanning your book before the actual first class day. So 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have your book before you actually have your first class day. Whatever books that you need, you probably should have it before class. I feel like it's beneficial if you just go ahead and kind of scan through the book, so you can just kind of get them an idea of which direction this class is gonna go. And then, if you already have your assignments, as far as like, maybe if your teacher tells you, okay guys, like I need y'all to read 4, 5, and 6 before the first class day, then that's when you would kind of pre-read. And with pre-reading, let me say this, pre-reading is not, well, to me, little disclaimer, this is to me, everybody I guess may look at it differently, but pre-reading is not reading every single word. You need to look at the charts, you need to look at the notes that they have on the side of the paragraphs, anything that may stick out to you that as you're looking at the page and you're looking at the paragraphs, any like the bold words, italics, That's pre-reading to me. Pre-reading is not going to be reading every single word, every single page. That's just not happening for me personally. To each their own, but I feel like it's really beneficial to look at the charts, like I said, in bolds, italics. Okay, so the next tip, tip 4, do not expect to adjust to the transition right away. And I think that's where I kind of messed up at. I was like, okay, cool. Like, it's just maybe like after, you know, maybe the first week or so, I'm going to be able to know how to handle it all. I was super, super wrong. It took me a while. Maybe after I don't want to say third, maybe like my second test that I took in nursing that I ever took in nursing school. I kind of had some sense of adjustment, being able to adjust, but right off the bat, like I told y'all before, like I said earlier, everything was so overwhelming, and I was like, I really thought at one point that I was not gonna pass my first semester because of how I was feeling. I just felt so overwhelmed. I felt like there was so much stuff due, but then I had to remind myself, like, I have been told so many times, nursing school is very doable. It's just all about that transition. I just feel like I don't want to say we, but myself, I was not, like, coming from the main campus at the school that I attend, Prereading, and then coming to nursing school, there's no sense of, like, they don't, and I don't even know how to explain this, like, there's no class to get you prepared. There's no well, there is orientation, but that's nursing school orientation. I just feel like it would be so beneficial if, like, one of the prereqs, like, to be required is some type of nursing school class, but not nursing school. Like, I just feel like there's some type of class that we should have to better able us to already be transitioned in that kind of mindset to an extent, instead of having to transition and while you're already at the nursing school, on top of having to study, on top of everything, it's really stressful. So I just want to say, don't expect to adjust right away. It's gonna take time. It's really gonna stress you out. It's gonna feel overwhelming. But as long as you have, like I said, you know, that strong support system, you'll be fine. You'll make it through. You'll adjust. Give it maybe a month and a half, and you should be well equipped. Let's just say that you should be well equipped. Okay, and then my last and final tip is, after all is said and done, at the end of the day, do not feel discouraged. Do not feel like, oh, nursing school isn't for me. Because at one point, like I told y'all, I felt like nursing school was just my enemy and we were never going to click together, you know? But you cannot feel discouraged. You can't feel like, you know, don't question yourself. Can I do this? Am I able to do this? Am I smart enough to do this? That's where you start doubting yourself. And you don't want to doubt yourself, because I, myself, have experienced doubting myself, and it can really impact your studying. It can really impact your mental capability. So don't feel discouraged. At the end of the day, have you a little strong support system. You want to have you some type of stress reliever, whether it's listening to music, working out, eating, whatever it is. You just want to have something that's going to take your mind off studying for a moment in time, to distract you from the study. Not just, I don't want to say distract, but just to take your mind off the studying, because at the same time, like, we're all human, you know? We all have feelings. We all get stressed out. We all go through things. But at the end of the day, you have to take care of yourself. You have to have a strong mental, or a strong mentality to get through nursing school. I will say that. So doubting yourself and questioning your capabilities is only going to hurt you more. So I really think that's it for this video. I feel like I was all over the place, but that's it. If you guys have any requests, I think we're almost at 700 subscribers. I'm not 100%. When we hit 1,000, I feel like I want to do something, but that's not set in stone yet, so don't mark my words for it. But I'm so thankful for you guys, you know, sharing, subscribing, liking, commenting. I absolutely love when you guys comment, because I just love to interact with you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know. Good luck to those of you who are about to start nursing school. This is honestly, it's going to be one of the hardest things you've ever done. But it will be rewarding. I will say that in the end. I already know, because, you know, I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm kind of halfway there. So just know, you know, in the end, it's really going to pay off. So I will see you guys in the next video.